All right, let's get to our next opening act topic on this week's Rock Squad podcast, and that is the Beatles have announced their Let It Be reissue in anticipation of Peter Jackson's upcoming Disney Plus documentary Get Back. The Fab Four, or the organization known as the Fab Four. It's not like the four of them are like, hey, we're going to reissue coming out. I'm sure Paul and Ringo said something. They've announced an anniversary edition of the Let It Be album. The original LP is going to be remixed by Giles Martin, the son of their producer, George Martin, Sir George Martin. And it's going to include 27 unreleased session recordings, going to feature a never before released 14-track Get Back stereo mix, which was an earlier version of the Let It Be record. The set's going to be released in various different formats: CD, LP, super deluxe format. It's going to come out on October the 15th. Are you excited for this, Dave? Like, you're a pretty big Beatles fan. I wouldn't say you're as big a Beatles fan as I am, but
absolutely not. But no, I'm totally down. I'm down with, like, I'm super stoked for the movie, and like, I think anytime you get these kind of re-releases where they're touching up things and using technology of today to make things sound better and translate better onto better systems and stuff, it's good for everybody. If you're a music fan and you like listening to your music loud and on big stereos or in your headphones, it's always nice to have a reissue of classic records. And I think it's awesome to have Martin's son doing it. I think, they're being tasteful in it. I'm sure Paul and Ringo probably know nothing about the re-release, but it's, it is what it is. And
signed it. No,
yeah, and I think I was definitely expecting something that would go hand in hand with the documentary and the extra footage and the extra music. If you're a Beatles fan, who's not going to like it, really?
Yeah, no, for sure. And I'm already going to buy this thing because I picked up all their other anniversary reissues that they did for Sgt. Pepper's and Abbey Road and the White Album, which was one of my favorite reissues. The real cool thing about these reissues are the stereo mixes that Giles Martin does. They are a little bit of a revelation. I was actually listening to some of the Sgt. Pepper stereo mixes because obviously when you listen to the original versions, they're mixed. It was mixed in the 60s. So things are very panned. So when you're listening to things in the headphones, they've got the drums and the vocal and bass over here and everything's very, very separate. But these stereo mixes do a really great job of melding things together and making them sound better for a more modern audience. And that's really what these reissues do is allow new people to listen to it. The songs need to sonically stand up to other things that you're streaming on Spotify or anything like that, right? You need them to stand out and you need them to be up to modern sonic standards when it comes to the actual listening of these albums. And the bonus features, like the unreleased tracks, I collect them because I like to have everything Beatles, even if it is just a different version of a song or a demo version or something like that. But there's nothing really new to get out of these things. The one thing that I really enjoyed from the White Album reissue was they released the Reissue demos, which was the first time they ever released these demos that Paul, George, and John did at Kinfound's, which was George's house in 1968, which was like all the White Album songs before the album actually came out. So they're like all acoustic, kind of like sometimes like how we do demos, right? We'll do like acoustic demos of us just sitting around with acoustic guitars, just hashing out what the song sounds like. So that was really cool. And there was some cool stuff on the Abbey Road reissue, but otherwise there's not really a lot new. But as a Beatles fan, even though I have, I think probably 3 or 4 copies of Let It Be already, I got to have this new version too.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And I think we're going to be overwhelmed with visuals and stuff from the documentary that's coming out. So, it is what it is going to be a great listen because it's in stereo. But also it's great that, the doc's going to come out. We're probably going to see a lot of how the sausage is made kind of situations with the Beatles, which you get a little bit of through the years, but like not like it's going to be after this documentary. So very excited to see what that turns into.
Yeah, because excuse me, because obviously the whole thing behind Let It Be and Get Back was that was the sessions where the Beatles essentially were breaking up, and they broke up on camera. They came back and they finished Let It Be. They did Abbey Road after that too. Yeah. But it's notorious for being the time when they were falling apart and that they were miserable. So the hope is that the Get Back documentary presents them in a different light that maybe shows the sessions as being a little bit lighter and more enjoyable than we've seen in the past, and like in the original Let It Be documentary. So we'll see about that. And when it comes to the Let It Be album itself, it's not my favorite Beatles album, but it's still got some really, really great tracks on it. Obviously, the title track, it's got Get Back, The Long and Winding Road, Across the Universe, Two of Us. There's so many great songs on that record.
It's okay.
It's still pretty good. Like, it's not, again, it's not Abbey Road, it's not the White Album, it's not Sgt. Pepper's, it's not Revolver. It's not Rubber Soul. It's not A Hard Day's Night. But I agree. It's somewhere in the middle to the bottom of my Beatles rankings.
Sure, I agree. 100%. 100%.
Yeah, but we're looking forward to the new Beatles Let It Be reissue. I'll definitely be picking that up. So it comes out on October the 15th, and then the Get Back documentary airs on Disney Plus in November around Thanksgiving weekend in the US. Cool.